This is Dennis Brown with TKR Studio, and welcome to 5-Minute Photoshop. In today's lesson, we're going to convert this image on the left to the one on the right, and I'm going to do it in both Photoshop and Elements, so I'll be working rather quickly. First, I'll explain that the white light source behind the baby is a softbox. A softbox is just a large cloth box that has a translucent front panel. You mount your flash at the back of the softbox, and it produces a large even light source. Let's open the before image in Photoshop first. We'll start there. I'm going to press the F key to go into full screen mode. To straighten the image in Photoshop, you can use the ruler tool, and if you don't see the ruler tool, that's because it's usually hidden here under the eyedropper tool. You have to right click on the eyedropper tool, then down to the ruler tool, and the way it works is you can drag horizontally or vertically to straighten the image. In this case, we want to go this way, and I'm going to not quite go all the way. Straighten layer. I clicked at the top there, and there we have it. To crop the image, I'm going to select my marquee tool, although Photoshop also does have a crop tool. I often use the marquee tool. We'll do something like that. And when you use the marquee tool, you've got to go Image and Crop, and there it is. I'll press Control-0 or Command-0 on Mac to go to a full screen view. And now we want to duplicate the background layer. To do that, I'll press Control-J or Command-J. And now we're going to convert this layer to a black and white, but I want it black and white with a tint. One way to do that in Photoshop is to use this black and white adjustment layer. And it's got a tint option, and by default it gives you this golden yellow color. And that's okay for now. We'll go with that. I'm going to just merge this layer down to the one below it by pressing Control-E or Command-E. And we're going to set this layer's blend mode to color for a little more natural look. Next, I want to apply a mask to this layer because I want to mask out the yellow black and white conversion from the eyes. We're going to let the blue of the eyes show through. So I'm painting on the mask with black to let the color of the eyes from the layer underneath show through. So you can see if I hide this layer, there's the color, and so everything's this yellowish color except for the eyes. The effect's a little extreme, so I'm going to lower the opacity of the entire layer, make it more subtle. Something like that looks pretty nice. And last step, I'm going to press Shift Control Alt E or Shift Command Option E to make a composite layer that has all the content of the layers below it. And on that layer, I'm going to paint with white to make kind of a white vignette effect. Just going to get rid of this extra detail down here. So the baby kind of floats there in the middle of the frame. And that's it for Photoshop. Now we're going to move over to Elements and make the same changes. So I'm pressing Alt-Tab. Oops, went too far. Elements Organizer. Here it is. I right-click, Edit with Photoshop Elements Editor. Here it is. In Elements, to straighten an image, you use this Level tool, and it works the same way. I'm going to hold it, draw a line right there. I'm going to crop with the Crop tool, and you can move it around. Check. Press Control-0 or Command-0. Over here in the Layers palette, pressing Control-J or Command-J to make a copy. And now to convert this layer to black and white. Elements does have a Convert to Black and White tool, but it does not have a tint option. So it's going to give you just this pure black and white. To get a tinted black and white, I'm going to select Enhance, Adjust Color, and Adjust Hue Saturation. The Hue Saturation tool does have a colorize box, and we'll set the hue to a golden yellow color, something like that. And that's it. We'll set this layer's blend mode to color. We'll add a mask. We're going to paint on the mask with black just over the eyes. That makes them blue, like so. And then we'll cut the opacity a bit on this layer to make the overall effect more subtle. I'm going to press Shift Control Alt E or Shift Command Option E to make that composite everything layer. And on that layer, we're going to paint with white to make that white vignette. Make the baby's head kind of float in the middle of the frame. And there you have it. Thanks for stopping by, and hope to see you next time.